Hey folks, welcome back to Jack's Tech Corner. I'm your host Jack, and what we're going to talk about today, as I'm sure the title always gives it away, is we are going to be looking at how to make your snow look brighter and whiter in your photographs. Now, we all like taking winter pictures, let's face it. Wintertime is a beautiful time of the year. The trees are covered, the ground's covered, and you want to get those snow pictures where the snow hasn't been disrupted yet. So that's what I was taking here. Sorry for the clutter right here. We are waiting for a gentleman to actually pick that clutter up and get it out of our yard. But for now, it's a fine picture to use, so you can see how we can bring the snow up and adjust the brightness and the whiteness of the snow. We're still allowing the colors to come in of the boat here and the garage. So the first thing you're going to want to do is we have to blow this up a little bit, okay? Because we want to try to get some detail in our pictures. And let's blow it up a little bit more. There we go. Use the hand tool. We are in camera raw, so we did shoot these in raw. And I tend to like to shoot raw because it gives me that more creative advantage of fine tuning the pictures before we're going to do any like major editing. So we'll use the hand tool here. We're going to move the photograph a little bit to the right about there. Now what I'm going to do first is I'm going to use my eyedropper tool, okay? Because I can set the white balance with the eyedropper tool. So if I do this, I'm going to pick either a white area or a gray area, okay? Let's try the white area first. I know this door is white, so I'll click on the door, okay? Or you can try the snow. We can obviously do that, right? We're going to go with the door here, okay? You can see now how the colors have already popped. I can tell you that this is the actual color of the garage. The actual door is gray. It's not painted yet. And you can see how the snow just became a lot whiter and a lot clearer at the very top here. All right, we'll go back to the hand tool. Now, shooting in camera raw also allows us to customize the white balance. So we just did a custom white balance. Now, you can also go through these, and I've done this with you before, and we can pick out as shot, okay? That's as it was shot. You can see how dingy it is. Almost looks dark, right? Auto. See what the auto will give you. And again, the snow does not look very clear and crisp. Go daylight. And again, the snow is not looking perfect there. So, cloudy. Yeah, it's not, the color of the garage looks okay. Shade. Tungsten. You can see it gets that very blue, very cool look. Fluorescent, flash, and back to custom. Again, I'm going to do the custom. I'm going to do the eyedropper here. Let's click on the door this time. Okay, we did not see very much change here, right? So we'll stick with the garage door instead of the man door. And we can see now the snow, again, just does not seem that bright. So what we're going to do here is work with some whites first, because snow is obviously white. Let's just try to adjust the white a little bit. Okay, if you get it too much, you're going to really blow out your picture, right? It's almost like it's overexposed. We can see this by using the histogram at the top. See the histogram up here? So we want the histogram to stay between, I like it 25% from the left and no more than 25% on the right, left and right. So let's pull this down a little bit. Pull that histogram over. Right there is fine. We can already see the snow is already more vibrant, more white, and I think that's very, very critical when you're taking snow pictures. The next thing you can work with is the contrast. We can pull some contrast out of this. Bring it up a little bit. Again, watching your histogram, right? You don't want to overexpose to the right, and we don't want to underexpose it to the left. So we want to keep that histogram in mind all the time when you're adjusting these levers down here, these sliders. All right. Next thing we mess with here is the highlights. You pull the highlights up a little bit. Again, watching the histogram. Now we got about plus 15. All right. The exposure, if you want to bring up more of the exposure, you can do so, but look at the histogram, how fast it goes to the right. It totally blows it out really quickly. Okay. So we'll give it about maybe a plus 0.05, right? 0.05, just enough. clarity, if we bring up the clarity of this, we can actually bring up the snow and make it a little bit more clear, and it doesn't affect the overall histogram too much to the overexposed side as much as to the underexposed side. Okay, if you're playing with these sliders and you don't want it, just double click it. It will go back to 0. All right, that's a little trick there for you. Vibrance, we can bring up the vibrance of the snow, or the colors, I'm sorry, you just bring up the vibrance of the colors. We'll do maybe a +3. And saturation. Now saturation will get you to that overexposed mark, but what it's also doing is oversaturating these colors, blowing them way off, right? Some people like that. Some people like to undersaturate a picture. Something like this, you know. We're going to leave the saturation set to 0. So there you are. It's very nice to be able to see these pictures. We're going to back this back out. Let's go down here to 50%. And now we can see that picture looks a lot more inviting. The snow looks white. The door looks white. All the colors look very crisp. And we took in mind the whole time the histogram. We didn't overexpose it. We didn't have to underexpose our photograph. And we have a really nice looking picture. So I would really suggest when you take any pictures of landscapes, you're not going to take hundreds and thousands of landscape pictures. And even if you do, it's okay. Shoot them in camera raw. It just gives you a lot more creative edge when you come back to the editor and you sit down and you say, hey, look, I'm going to bring these pictures into the organizer and then put these into the Photoshop Elements editor. Before that happens, you'll come into this raw editor and you'll be able to do those fine touches to make the photograph look really popping and really stunning. With that said, when I go on vacation, a lot of times I do tend to shoot JPEG because I shoot so many vacation pictures when you're out. Like if you're on a cruise or if you're on a plane trip somewhere to some destination, I tend to shoot those just in JPEG. But landscapes, portraits, I do all that in RAW, camera raw. All right. Well, thanks for watching. I hope this video tutorial helped you out. I hope it's going to solve some of your issues you may be having with snow pictures, because snow can look so dingy coming straight from the camera. Take care. Remember, as always, keep those shutters clicking, keep the editor editing, and I'll see you back here next time. Bye for now.